Hi guys, on today's video we're going to be making Dentallium earrings. This is what they look like. I use abalone on these ones. Simple earrings. For this we are going to need our crimpers. It's going to be our knot tire with a bead. We'll also need our wire cutters, fish hook earrings, fish hooks. We're going to need our crimping beads. We're only going to need 2, but in case we drop one, we have extra. We'll need our wire. I got this wire. It's about a foot long. And then I put tape at the end because you will have an accident. It happens often, so to secure your beads, I put tape at the end, scotch tape. Then we're going to need Dentallium shells. And you could shape these, cut them with your wire cutters and your filer. You should have a filer. Let me see, seed beads, some pretty big ones to start with. You don't want to start creating these with too small of beads because sometimes they don't fit. These are going to be on the bottom. These ones will be on the bottom. I call these are abalone. They're the signatures at the bottom. They look like the Northern Lights. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. Grab one of your wires. And I like to do the skinny part first. Sorry for the background noise. You might hear my kiddos or husband. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these bigger beads. You just create your design. It's all about being creative. Then I'm gonna put one of these abalones on. Then another big purple. So far we should look like this. And then next you put your fat bottom in first because we want the skinny part at the top. So we're gonna get something that looks like this. Like this. And those little guys are gonna wanna go inside the Dentallium, which is fine. We're just gonna go ahead and line up the tops. Pull this tape off because you don't need it anymore. Just be careful. Accidents do happen. So you might drop your beads. Just don't get discouraged. Just keep working on your stuff. Excuse me. So it should look like this. And it'll get tighter too once we put the top on. So we're gonna go ahead and gather these guys. And grab another one of these just to make it look pretty on top. And I used bigger beads so it's easier to show you guys, but you could use whatever beads work with your wire. Just play around with it, be creative. And then I'm gonna add, since these beads, big seed beads, I don't even know what size these are, but they're pretty big. They go in there really easily. They're like a marbly color. So I'm just gonna add 4 of these. With the gathered wire, you marry the wires and you put on both of the wires. So I'm just gonna put maybe 4 because they're so big. This is gonna make the loop at the top. Then we're gonna go ahead, turn it around, grab your 2 wires and feed it into that bead. This is hard. You could feed it in one at a time too. As long as you get them both in there, because this is going to be your loop. When I'm doing this part too, you could use like a pencil or something so you can measure out how you want your loop or to look. These are going to want to have 2 on each side. So look something like this. You just go ahead and you're going to see some loose stuff at the bottom, but go ahead and let those shells tuck in there. Hold it up top, or this bead if you want, this purple one, and kind of just maneuver it down and pull tight. It's going to want to hug. Everything's going to want to be tight. See, this little guy's not tucked in, so we just push him in there. So look like this. There's your earring. And now how we tie the knot is go ahead and grab both ends. I'm gonna grab this cutter real quick and just make these even. You don't have to, but I like everything even. Go ahead and grab one of these little tube seed beads. So just go ahead and feed it through. And this is the fun part because you're gonna tie your knot. Oops, you're gonna tie your knot. Sorry, gotta grab this. With your crimpers, there's a little spot. It's going to want to sit in that little hole right there, and it's going to push it down. I'll try to go close to show you guys this part. It's pretty easy though. You're going to bend this twice. So you see how the crimp bead is in that little loop? You're going to smash it. It's going to look like a U, so it'll look like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. And we just got to fold it one more time. So use the tips and just squeeze it down like that. And that it should be flat. So that's your knot. One more squeeze. Go ahead and cut the rest of the wire off because you don't need any of that. So your creation should look like this. These are going to want to try to move, but you can go ahead and bend it, do whatever you want with it. And then we're going to go ahead and put a little fish hook. Go ahead and just pop it through this. Or you could just feed it through it too. Whichever you prefer. And you want it to sit in between those 4 beads, so right in the middle. And you could pull this out a little if you need to. And then you just go ahead and bend it. Bend it till this little ball sits on the back of the earring like that. And that's pretty much it. You just do the same thing for the other side. And have fun with it, be creative. It's a Dentallium shell earring. Thank you, everybody.